Welcome everybody, welcome to this Read and Lead series of videos. Today we talk about Lifetime of Leading by John C. Maxwell, the leadership gold. In this leadership gold, John C. Maxwell speaks about 26 golden nuggets, various aspects of leadership. He also proposes application exercises to show the readers how to put the lessons to practical use. The book talks about mentoring moments to help the readers teach the principles to others. Leadership Goal, Lifetime of Reading, John C. Maxwell. Leadership is not a solitary pursuit. Strong relationships are essential. Be a connector as well as a climber. Ascend the corporate ladder, because that is how you grow, maybe the 5 levels of leadership or beyond. But demonstrate that you help others to climb the ladder. Connect to people by appreciating them, rewarding them, showing sensitivity to their feelings and emotions, having consistency in your dealings, giving them security in your communication, and having humor along the way as and when it is permitted. How you respond to the decisions and crises reveals your true character. How you live your moment is the way you live your day. The defining moments present opportunities to chart a new course, to re-examine your priorities, to reach new heights, to clarify the goal, to redefine your purpose, to look at your values and that of your organization. Your decisions shape your identity. So expect more from yourself than others and prioritize helping people over pleasing them. Expect more from yourself than others, prioritize helping people over pleasing them. And most importantly, concentrate on the present. Live your today, look at the future. Learn from the past but live in today. Learn how to accept criticism and keep on an open attitude. Realize that sometimes people are criticizing your position, not your actions or decisions. Be an attentive listener. Be an avid listener. Be an active listener by asking questions. Active, attentive, avid. Show passion to your work, because that is what is going to take you to places. Improve your work areas. Play to your strength. Help others to develop their strength. The power you wield as a leader comes with the responsibility of helping other people, because you are a leader because the team permitted you to lead them. The team permitted you to lead them. Unless you allow them, unless they allow you, there will not be enough trust. You will not be able to inspire or mentor them. Use your influence to speak up for others or to develop future leaders. But know that leadership is intentional. It's a deliberate, determined effort. It is not a position. Harnessing the power of many. Leadership takes effort, dedication, commitment to improve and to learn. It is not enough that if you improve and learn, you should also help the team improve and learn. You should help everybody to grow up and develop as leaders. Leaders are not content with the status quo. They are driven to create meaningful change. Leaders are driven to create meaningful change. If you are not driven, then you are not a leader. Maybe you are perhaps a manager. While others fixate on limitations, leaders perceive opportunities. When somebody sees a problem, you should see a solution as a leader. By caring about those around them, the leaders liberate the ideas, give energy to everybody, expand the capacities of the team, and accomplish the goal. So, what does it mean to be a leader? It really means putting oneself at risk, being willing to stand out in the crowd. So, leaders should be daring, humble, and inspiring. You should be responsible while you are daring. You should be humble while you are inspiring. So, leader is somebody who puts oneself to risk and stands out in the crowd. What are the truths about the top? Good leadership is not a solitary pursuit. You need relationships. When people feel that you care about them, they will show interest in what you say. When people believe that you care about them, they will listen to you. Scrambling up the corporate ladder without developing the relationships along puts you in the danger of managing people's minds and actions without winning their hearts. And if people don't put their hearts, they will not go the extra mile. So in each level of leadership, you will have to keep the importance of maintaining relationships, developing relationships, keeping the trust, winning the right to have influence and inspiration to your team. That should always be in your radar. Climbers focus on hierarchy. They define people by their higher or lower position on the corporate ladder. But connectors seek partners to draw strength from the team. Maybe they are subordinates, maybe they are superiors. So when you lead up, lead down, or lead to the peers and lead across, what you are looking for is to behave as a connector. You are seeking partners who will work together with you so that everybody reaches their goal. At the same time, your actions and activities contributes to the organization accomplishing its objectives. If you separate yourself, if you stay in the corner room, you will lose sight of the needs, the dreams, the ambitions, the emotions, the feelings of the team. If you keep the needs, dreams and ambitions of your team on the forefront, they will stand with you. You cannot help the team if you don't know them. You have to listen attentively. You have to listen actively. And for that, you need to be with them. You need to stay connected. So communicate. Convey what is your expectation, but communicate in a fashion that you are empathetic. Don't think from your position. Don't use your authority. Don't push them to do what you want to do. You're on the top, it's fine. You got there because people allowed you to be a leader. Position is not a leadership. Position is not just leadership. You need to earn the right to lead. If you just push them around, it will be emotionless leadership. It will be short-lived. It is just a managerial act. It cannot sustain. It will not be a winning streak for a long term. Good leaders do not belittle people. Good leaders enlarge the team, empower the team. Climber's perspective is everyone becomes a competitor. But connector's perspective is abundance perspective. Connector nurtures self-confidence. So you don't have to be at the top or feel that you're at the top or need a recognition to be a top dog. Connector nurtures self-confidence. Connector nurtures confidence and empowerment in others. So develop appreciation, develop sensitivity, develop consistency. You will never get ahead until you have people behind you. So if you want your people to be behind you, you have to inspire them, you have to help them listen to you. For that, you need to care about them. So you will get ahead as a leader if and only if you make your field, team, the subordinates, the colleagues, the co-workers, that you feel and care for them. Show to them that you feel and care for them. While you might judge others fairly, maintaining a realistic self-image is very difficult. When it comes to you, you have a different scale. When it comes to others, you have a different scale. First, understand that it takes to be a good follower before you can become a good leader. So be a humble leader, be empathetic, but first be a good follower. Second, take ownership of your actions, be accountable. Be responsible for your decisions. Have self-discipline. Know what you do, why you do, and know how to rectify if things go wrong and to accept the mistake. Third, achievements take time. The results don't come overnight. The law of the form is in action. Be patient. Keep sight of the long terms. Look at what is important and right now to be focused. And fourth, avoid a false sense of security. False sense of security. About your ability to lead, about your ability to lead ethically. If you think your integrity, your competence is lacking, seek help, delegate, or accept and get out of the way. Do not distrust yourself. Make yourself accountable to someone else if you cannot control your self-discipline. Distrust yourself because sometimes it is difficult to know where you go wrong. The defining moments are the points in time where you are allowed to take a new road, an unknown path, where you can change the course of everything. How you respond at these critical junctures, defining moments, will reveal your characteristic, your capability, your competence, the type of leader you are. What kind of leader you are can be found by how you act, react, and respond in times of crisis. People do not care how much you know. How much you care for the team, how much you care for the cause, that is what they want to know. They do not care how much you know. You need to have competence, but they are more interested in how much you care about the overall interests of the stakeholders. Crisis presents a chance to redefine yourself, to chart your course of action, to change things. What did you learn from the past? Evaluate and plan for future defining moments. Every experience gives you a learning. Unless you learn something from your past, the experience is of no use. In every age, there is a time when a leader must come forward to meet the needs of the hour in history. Same way, in every organization, in every family, in every firm, there are situations when, challenges when your leadership potential has to be displayed, has to be brought out. The leader in you will blossom. If handled well, the defining moment will cement your positive position, reputation. If handled not well, if handled poorly, then it will damage irreparably your credibility and reputation once and for all. What are the defining moments? Sometimes there are groundbreakers which nudge people to chart a new course. Sometimes there are heartbreakers, remind them to examine their priorities, re-examine their priorities. Then cloud breakers help them to clarify a goal or a purpose, something on the top, the cloud breakers. And then you have a chart breakers, which push them to reach new heights. Your graph grows up. So ground breakers, chart a new course; heartbreakers, re-examine your priorities; cloud breaker, clarify the goal or purpose; and chart breaker, reach new heights. These are different types of defining moments. And then there is a chance that you have to make in everything you do. So keep in mind that in the end, the choice you make makes you. The choice you makes you. The choice you make, the option you choose, the alternative that you pick up in everything that you do is what determines what you are and what it is going to be. So the option, the choice, the alternative, that defines the leader you are. Leaders cannot accept criticism, but they can choose to handle the criticism well. They are criticizing your position, not you personally. So expect more of yourself than others expect of you. Prioritize helping people over pleasing them, and concentrate on the present, not on the past. Understand the positive and negative aspects of your own nature and that of the people in your team. So feedback should not wound you deeply. Feedback should help you analyze your performance. Cultivate an open mind, open mindset, open framework of accepting the facts. Keep defenses at bay. Do not argue. Learn to learn from criticism. Learn to learn from criticism. Focus attention on others. So prioritize in helping others. The perspective is concentrate on the present, not the past, and expect more from yourself than from others. Almost all good leaders are passionate. So unless you are passionate, you will not be able to go for your goal. There is a point when everybody doesn't feel to work, to move a finger. You are either lethargic or demotivated. But unless you have passion, you will fall short of excellence. Efficiency and effectiveness is one, excellence is another. You will have excellence only when there is a passion. Now, if the team has to give their passionate best to the output, to their efforts, to their activities, then they need to be inspired, motivated. For that, you have to help them develop. Continually strive to improve. Even after you feel you have reached at the top, keep on improving. Level 5 leadership is nothing but you helping others reach your position and you moving out. Because continuous growth, continuous improvement, continuous development, it's a lifelong journey. Leadership is a lifelong journey. So as a leader, you need to create a growing environment where others can grow. The servant leaders, the 100x leaders, the 360-degree leaders, everybody should be able to grow and develop as a leader, to lead up, lead down, and lead across. You need to encourage your peers. You need to empower your team. You need to train your employees and help them develop into full-fledged individuals. Look at the person, the heart, brain, and soul, not just as a resource to get your work done. The skill, the opportunity, the experience, the expertise, all these things are not enough to be a leader. Even if you hire and collaborate with great people, if you do not connect to your team well, you will not be able to be a leader. So connect, communicate, convey. If you communicate well, if you are one among them, you will be able to spot the potential problems. If you develop trusting relationships, they will provide feedback continuously, regularly, on time, real time. So the alien leadership stands to listen. So you need to learn from experiences, and you need to learn to listen. The alien leadership stands to listen. So keep your eyes and ears open. Keep your mind and heart open. Be a committed learner. Learn from everything. Observe everything. You can never learn everything there is to know. There are limitations to humans. you can never learn all that is there to know. So you need to understand what your gaps are, what your weaknesses are, and then you need to delegate, you need to seek help, you need to outsource, you need to get the best person into the task. You need to have a cross-functional, diverse, multi-speciality team to work on the job so that you get your results at the best way. Experience is a best teacher if and only if you are to learn from the experience. If you are willing to understand what went wrong and make it right, only then experience will help. So you need to take time to reflect, to assess, to analyze what happened, what went wrong, what went right, and what to do next. Following your passion is the key to finding your potential. But unless you are a follower, you cannot be a leader. So what all you expected as a follower, now you need to give to your team now that you are the leader. Learn from the missteps. The recipe for a successful failure is not to learn from your mistakes. Take responsibility for your mistakes, your limitations. Delegate or learn. Understand that mistakes are a prize for progress. So make your errors or losses stepping stones. Glean an important lesson from each mistake. Find out what is that lesson that the mistake teaches to the team. Ask, what are we missing? Be open. Allow all ideas. Have an open mind frame. Ensure that you are not headed to future pitfalls. Keep on asking what you are missing. Encourage people to question and oppose your ideas and suggestions. Winston Churchill used to have advice from Clement Attlee, who is his political opponent. So ask questions. Take ideas from opponents for suggestions. Finally, manage your time well. Prioritize. Where you focus tells what you are looking as a result. The person interested in success has to learn how to view failure as an healthy part of your journey towards success. If your employees are afraid to speak to you, they will not give you feedback, the right criticism, and you will not be able to rectify your wrong course of action. If they have to give you feedback, they need to have trust, and if they have to trust, you need to show them that you are reliable. So 20% of your activities will give 16 times more productivity than 80% of your activities. Do not waste your time in unproductive tasks. Delegate them and do only things that are really important. That really gives a result. That really shows that you are a person to be depended upon. Get in the strength zone. Ask yourself, what am I doing well? Be specific. Those activities that you perform well, those activities that earns you praise, that you should be doing. Identify your natural talent and work on it to make it better. That is growing your competence and learning new strengths. Challenge to move out of your comfort zone, but never out of strength zone. Challenge the people that you lead to move out of their comfort zone. Don't make them move out of their strength zone. If you ask a fish to climb a tree, they will not be able to. But if you ask a fish to swim better in a pond, in an ocean, in a current, in a different situations, they will be able to pick up the additional skills required to perform better. Control your destiny. If you do not control, somebody else will. Face reality as it is, not as it was or as you wish it were. Face reality as it is. Be fair to yourself, fair to the criticism. Be candid with everyone. Speak the truth. Be a man of word. Honor your word. Don't manage. Lead. Don't tell them what to do. Inspire them to do what will take them closer to their goals so that the organization will move too close to organizational goals. It is they before you. Change before you have to. If you do not change, others will force the change upon you. So plan, prepare and proceed. Become an agent of change. Be positive. Strive to improve your work areas. Play on your strength. Find the strength. Be reminded yourself of your strength. The same goes for your team. Do not misplace your energies by focusing on tasks that others do better. Don't spend 80% of your time on 20% of the things or 20% of the results, because that is meant for others where they are stronger and they will spend 20% of your time and give you 80% better output. If you do not have a competitive advantage, don't compete. If you are not strong, don't compete. If you are not capable, don't do that. As a leader, you are supposed to focus on your strength and help your team develop their strengths. People quit when they are unappreciated. So people leave the managers. People leave their leaders. People leave because the leader is not a people person. There is no trust. There is no capability to inspire or to motivate. There is no proper communication. There is no proper conveyance of the goals expected or the results expected. When people do not trust their supervisors, they leave. People leave when they feel the managers are not competent. People leave when they feel there is no integrity. People leave when they feel managers are not good in decision making. People do not like to leave for people who are defensive, who are insecure, who are not confident, who are not competent. So leaders erode trust when they are inconsistent, when they put in their own needs ahead of the organization, or when they manipulate the truth. So as a leader, put your people first, not yourself first. Losing talented employees, talented leaders, talented stakeholders is very hard on the organization and for the team. People leave because the leaders are not dependable. You should have influence and you should loan your influence. You should not give away your influence. Mentors are people who provided a model for your success. You should be mentors for others so that there is a continuity of development of leaders in the organization. When you share knowledge, when you share experience, you will influence them. You will pull them up into their level, higher level. And then when you help others, they feel more trustworthy. Supporters push you to the top by making you feel acknowledged and appreciated. So there is somebody on the top who pulled you up. There is somebody below who pushed you up. So leadership is not alone. It is all the people together. So your connections, your relationships matter a lot. Now you need to influence. Use your influence. Now you are a leader. You need to use your influence to speak for those voices which are not being heard, to develop those people who showed leadership potential, to connect with those important leaders and increase the reach of your message exponentially, and to make the life of your leaders easy by helping them for having helped you. The power you wield as a leader comes with responsibility, the servanthood, the responsibility to help others. Influence is a resource that you lend, not that you give away. You don't expect anything in return? No. As a leader, when you extend your influence, you expect something in return. That is more power to you to help others, to further help others. Share the influence with the people who appreciate it and use it correctly. Your job as a leader is servanthood. Influence should be loaned. So there are people who are time relievers who save you time. There are people who are team players who make meaningful contribution to your team. There are people who are creative thinkers who resolve the issues or think innovatively and generate new options for you. There are door closers who finish the project with excellence. There are mind sketchers who help you broaden your thinking, your spirit, who give you more ideas and more mindset of how things could be. There are relational networkers who help you connect with other people who are in between, who have better connections than you and help you connect. And there are unconditional lovers. They are aware of your limitations but still love you anyway. These are the people who stand by you and help you remain a leader and help you grow and develop. Your job as a servanthood is, as a leader, help them grow. There are several types of people in addition to this. Experience teaches nothing unless you evaluate it and then learn and understand and implement the lessons that you learn from it. So influence should never be given away. So what we see in this Lessons of Lifetime of Reading, the leadership goal by John C. Maxwell is you need to harness the power, you need to be true about it, you need to go at the basics, look at your strength zone, understand why people quit, and then use your influence wisely. Thanks for listening to this video.